Hello? Hello? Is anybody home? Hello? Welcome in another episode of What's New Wednesday. Coming at you. It's happening today and no other day other than Wednesday, except for last week. That was a Tuesday. But anyways, we're going to quickly go through what's new in the world of Big Time. Let's get right into it. So, we're going to be talking about Big Time token price, see where that went this last week. We're talking about Big Time's final crafting event of the leaderboard. They've got a couple things. There was an initial announcement and then a subsequent announcement. We're going to talk about the end of the leaderboard. What does that mean? And we are going to talk about how this week's airdrop, if you were on the last leaderboard, it came early. So if you're wondering why you have Big Time tokens in your account on a Wednesday, it's because it's not coming on a Friday, but that's fine. And that's it. So let's get right into it. So last Tuesday, we were talking about the Big Time token price. It had dropped down from down below 50 cents last when we were talking on Tuesday. The next day, it just plummeted. It was kind of like just sort of falling below this 50 cents resistance line that was kind of supporting it a little bit here. And I was saying that if it goes down below this, we could see it hit 30 cents, but we could see it go lower, right? We could see it go 40 cents, 30 cents, 20 cents. So on Wednesday, we saw the token price jump all the way down to 24 cents momentarily. It instantly got bought up. I'm sure a lot of people probably had calls on that one. So congrats to them. I bought at like 40 cents, but I'm fine with that, kind of. So anyways, it dropped down momentarily. Then it found support again back around 35 cents. It was kind of ranging there for a couple of days, and it fell down to like just below 30 cents. And we saw it pump back up to 48 cents. So if we go to like the 4-hour chart, we can see some price action here. Yeah, so we were like thinking if it can't get above this resistance line, it's gonna dump. Now it's kind of ranging around 30 cents to 40 cents. We saw a pump up to 40 cents yesterday, 45 cents, and now it's kind of bumping around between 35 cents and 42 cents. If we look at the RSI, we are seeing that ever since the beginning of December, we're seeing lower highs and lower lows, and lower highs and lower lows, and lower highs and lower lows. And once again, we see a lower high, and we don't really know. This could be some kind of trend reversal that we're looking at right here, because we saw it go pretty far down, and RSI's sort of moving average looks quite different than it has been for the past month, but it sort of remains to be seen what's happening there. Same thing if we look at the MACD. You know, it looks like it wants to start trending towards going into the green again, but it could very well just keep skipping around on the bottom, and we might see another several days sort of downward or depressed action here based on what the MACD is saying. I want to see it do another skyrocket shot that it did at the beginning of December, but it's really hard to say. You know, I think we saw at the beginning of January, a lot of people were like, new year, new tax season, time to sell and make some money or take some losses. Who knows what they're trying to do, but I think a lot of people were selling. We'll see. Big Time token price. I think that last week I was quite bearish on it, and with good reason. We saw a huge dump. This week I'm not as bearish, but we'll just have to see what happens on the token price there. So that's it for the token price. So Big Time released their newest and final crafting event for this leaderboard season. Leaderboard season ends soon. We're talking about that. They announced this crafting event last Saturday, so it's been going on for 4 days now. It's going to be going on until the 12th. Initially, when they announced it, they said that it was ending on the 11th, and they announced it with 4 different crafting recipes. Let's go into the Discord. This crafting event, like I said, came out on the 6th, which was Saturday. 4 days later, we're here. Initially, they said it was ending on the 11th, which would have been Thursday. They corrected that and said that it's Friday. But before they corrected it, they showed us what is the crafting event. So this crafting event, how it works is there are 4 separate recipes. The Great Sword Celestial Balance. There's the Dual Bladed Axe of 5 Forbidden Fates for the weapons. And then for the armor, there's the Vestments of Cosmic Dominion Shoulders and the Mantle of the Onyx Throne Shoulders. So that's great. That's all super great. And essentially how it works is that you only need 2 of the previous rarity item in order to craft the next rarity. So you're cutting out 1. The higher the rarities you get, the more of a cost saving this really is, right? When you're crafting a rare, that's kind of cool. Or if you're crafting an uncommon, it's great, you know, only 2 commons instead of 3 commons. You're crafting a rare, okay, that's kind of cool, you know. only 2 uncommons instead of 3, you're saving, what is that, probably $50 if you were to go on the market and just buy it. Once you start crafting epic, okay, 2 rares instead of 3, you're saving like $150 to $200. And if you are lucky enough to craft a legendary or a mythic, I mean, having to only use 2 epics to craft a legendary, you're saving at least a few $100. Super great, especially if you're trying to craft your way up the leaderboard. Crafting those higher rarity items much easier to do. So yesterday they released a correction about when the leaderboard is going to be ending. They said it was going to be ending January 12th, not January 11th, and the preliminary results will be available on January 13th. So congrats to everybody who's doing that. I haven't been prioritizing any of these 4 crafting recipes throughout this leaderboard. So unfortunately for me, it would be like having to start fresh to craft these. So I'm kind of hoping that I might be able to craft an epic, but it's not looking super great. I've got a couple rares crafting right now. So last leaderboard, what they did is for the final crafting event on the leaderboard, they did the same thing. They announced 4 recipes and, people were crafting those. And then they released a couple of days later, with there only being like a couple of days left of the leaderboard and the crafting event, another 4 items that were craftable. So they went and they followed that same pattern this time and mentioned 4 more items that were coming out. That's all well and good, but these 4 items, I also wasn't prioritizing crafting any of these. It's a great crafting event, but if you're like me and you've been crafting all the other recipes, then you might find yourself struggling to keep up, especially if people have been crafting lots and lots of these items already. Then they could be very well easily flying up the leaderboard with crafting legendaries and mythics of these items at a highly discounted rate. And yeah, so they also increased it so that the crafting event is ending on the 12th along with the leaderboard. So that's something that they're doing. Final thing is the leaderboard. The leaderboard is ending on the 12th, guys. So congrats to everybody who's participated. Looks like the #1 winner. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Congratulations to Mordecai. Looks like he's going to be the winner. He is 150,000 leaderboard points ahead of Wieldy Shark, who's in second. Wieldy Shark has been fighting for first place against Mordecai and Metaverse X. Metaverse X is in third place right now. It's really hard to tell who's going to end up on #1, but the fact that there's only 2 more days at the time of this stream left on the leaderboard. Congrats to Mordecai, Wieldy Shark, and Metaverse X. Almost definitely will be the 3 leaderboard leaders. I'm like 160th right now. I really wanted to place in the top 100, but if you look, there are some people climbing up the leaderboards in the top like 200. There are a lot of people who are really racing to get into the top 100 right now. You'll see it especially between like 100 and 200. Crypto Jimmy up 20 spots today. He was up 37 spots yesterday. Rank 120 to 140 has been pretty well contested. But look at this guy, WYQ, up 99 leaderboard points today. That's crazy. I guess I went from trying to get to the top 100 to actually just trying to stay in the top 200. This is what I was saying, right? With this crafting event, I think that what we're seeing, guys, is we're seeing people who have been crafting these same items probably since the first leaderboard, and now they're benefiting, right? Last leaderboard, people who crafted staves, people who were crafting legs, those sorts of items, they were winning. They moved up a lot, I think, because they had a bunch of extra stock. This season is even more intense. So people who have been crafting those same recipes since leaderboard 1 now really get a time to shine because they probably have like at least 1 legendary or 2, right? So they've been able to really craft up. So I think that's why we're seeing a lot of movement on the leaderboard with these people. Congratulations to everybody who made it on the leaderboard in the top 3,000 players. Y'all did it. If you're in the top 200 like me, congrats. If you're in the top 100, congrats. That's it for this week's What's New Wednesday, guys. Congrats to everybody throughout this leaderboard. Really looking forward to the next crafting event. And yeah, until next time, come on by next week. It'll probably be a pretty slow week because it'll be a lull in between the leaderboards, but who knows? Maybe there'll be some burning news that we didn't expect. Maybe the token price is going to pump to $5 and it's going to blow everyone's mind. Who knows? But also, if you guys are watching this video in the future via Twitter, YouTube, or otherwise, make sure you guys throw down a like, a subscribe, a follow, a retweet, share, tell your mom, do all those things. And yeah, I will see you guys next week.